Greetings, fencers. So today we're going to look at the Kvetun Easton Sabre. So I actually saw this saber before it came out. I was really excited, had high expectations. I didn't end up getting one until years later though. So I finally had this one for a year, got to use it in a tournament, and it is definitely a great saber. So it is a little bit heavier than what I'm used to. It's around 800 to 850 grams, but it has a lighter point of balance, and so it moves quite easily and doesn't hit too hard. Now the main attribute of the saber that you generally notice immediately is that it has a fuller the entire length of the blade. Now this makes it so they can make the blade lighter, but it also keeps the edges really thick. I really hate 2mm edges, that's the minimum, but that just hits all the gaps in all your pieces of equipment, and it usually burrs a little bit easier and shreds equipment easier. So I love when blades are 3 to 4mm, and so this is great, and it makes it so there's never a burr. It's nice and rounded, and it's just a great training sword for impact. It disperses the impact even more. The sword also has a bunch of flex, so it flexes effortlessly. And actually, when you're swinging it around, it does feel a little bit of wobble. It's not quite as stiff as my cast steel, which I don't feel wobble at all, because it's a little bit stiffer of a blade. Still flexes a bunch, but you definitely notice. So what this helped me do, because I was using a stiffer sabers a little bit more, I generally wasn't thrusting quite as much. This definitely helped my thrusting game, and because of the light impact and light flex, it's a great tournament saber. So especially with the full ball hilt, this is the type of saber that you want to use at tournaments. And in fact, when I was at a mixed weapon tournament, multiple people had these, and they could have had any weapon they wanted, but I actually got to spar with this against 2 other Easton Sabres. So very common saber, and just a good, nice, fast tournament saber. The guard does have dents in it. I think a couple of them are longsword, because I have done some mixed sparring with it. Works fine. The main downside though, about 1 or 2 months after, I do have a set in it. So you might be able to see it a little bit. It goes off to the left for you, and not able to bend it back. It doesn't stay bent backwards. So that's never fun. I'm kind of unlucky when it comes to Kvetun swords. I've had 3 bent blades of different types, but I do still like their saber, their feather, and their rapier. They are still very nice weapons. The main downside for me for this saber is I'm just not a huge fan of the handle. So the handle is designed to use a thumb grip. It is very triangular, and I don't use a thumb grip, so it means that this handle feels a little bit awkward to me. It moves slightly in my hand. I can try and fix that with taping over it. I haven't done it yet, but it just means that it doesn't quite feel as nice in my hand as other sabers that I've held. It can fit red dragons easily. I've used conings in it, and it fits effortlessly. So it does have a good wide handle that can take most gloves. So if you are looking for a good tournament saber, something that's going to flex a lot and not hit too hard, this is a great saber for that. It's definitely not a light dueling saber. It is still a hefty military saber. It doesn't feel light. So Kvetun Armories, they're actually moving to Georgia, obviously with the conflict going on. They say that they are still making orders, and so if you're looking for the Easton Sabre, they do have them. This is the number 2 blade. They have straight and even more curved, and you can stick any type of guard on it, which is also really good. So thanks for watching. Keep studying, keep practicing.